What up? 7 Riff. Wanted to talk about 5 gram shroom trip that I had 2 days ago, a few days ago. So, beautiful day, right? And just got back from a dentist appointment, doing shit. My man hits me up and he's like, yo, let's chill, let's go to the beach, right? So I was like, word, I wanted to eat some shrooms. Got a bunch of shit ready, and I decided to eat 5 grams of shrooms, which the first thing I'll say is I prefer tripping alone rather than with someone because I was just content to not speak at all and just kind of just stare and think, you know what I mean? But there's another person there, whatever, on the come up, everything's good. Eat them, listening to some music, drinking beer and shit. Um, and so it starts to kick in. So I'm like, all right, I want to go out into the sun. So we're like on this beach in a shaded area, so like the sun's not coming completely through. So we moved to like another part of this chill spot that we're at, and then there was more sun in. So then for a while I'm just standing there, and I'm loving it. It's dope. I'm fucking with it, and I'm just kind of staring off into space. And this is like, again, I wish I was alone. I'd rather have just tripped alone because I think I would have got more out of it. But some funny things happened because I wasn't alone. So this is kind of what happened or whatever. Fucking. So I'm just standing there and then looking off into space, and I'm already like kind of an antisocial person. But then you add 5 grams of mushrooms to the mix, and it was like I just really wasn't starting anything, and anything anybody said just sounded hilarious to me because it was so inconsequential. And it's like people just say stuff to say stuff. Like there's really like no reason to talk. I feel like most of the time, and people just speak anyway. It's like I just can't do that shit. I hate social conditioning. I hate feeling like you have to socialize. So anyway, this is the first part of the trip that was super super tight. And what happened was I noticed that how I explained it to Tom, there was like a me channel. And when I was just zoned out, like to myself, and I was just looking at some trees or the sand and just whatever was in front of me, just staring at it, there was like a me channel. And when I was paying attention to nothing else, I would tune into this me channel, and it was just the illest fucking channel ever. Just everything was so, so, so fucking sick. You know what I mean? Like, thinking about nothing in the world. It was like a channel. It was like the highest channel you could possibly go on. A lot of other thoughts and stuff started coming to me later down, and I'll bring that up too. But there was like this me channel, and I would tune to it, and then everything was just fire. I was fucking loving it. Just visuals putting on this ill ass show for me. I feel sick. I'm just sitting there thinking, right? Except that I'm with this other person, which and I love this kid to death, but he's not on this level that I'm on right now with the mushrooms. So like he wants to talk and stuff. So I kept kind of getting pulled away, and then like social conditioning was just like kind of keeping me staying in this realm a little bit, right? So that happens. I discovered a me channel, just the most illest, rawest, most fire channel you could possibly tune into. So after me just not talking and just sitting there for just a long time, staring off into space, thinking about stuff, he's like, "Yo, you want to go out to further in the beach?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure." So we go out into the beach. Some other stuff happens. We go out into the water, and the sun's out, and it just looks fucking incredibly beautiful. Beach, the waves are kind of calm, right? Waves coming up, going down, and we go to this one spot, like right where we came out onto the beach, and the water looks cleaner than me or him had ever seen it, and it just brought me so so much happiness to see the water that clean. And I was like, yo, I was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. Like, I've never seen it look like that. It looked like Bahamas water or something. It was completely see-through, right? And it was just so sick. I just felt so blessed, and I just got the sense like God is just giving and giving, giving and giving to us all the time. You know, I felt just incredibly blessed that I felt loved, you know, and there was also some negative stuff coming, so I'll get to that in a second. I just felt incredibly loved and super blessed. So the first lesson I'll say that I learned from this is I've we're loved. I felt incredibly loved and taken care of in some sense, right? So then, and I'm looking at this water, just so grateful for this, and I was like, yes, you know. But then also some negative parts of me started coming up. So we look at that and we're like, super sick, right? Feel amazing. So we keep walking. I'm just kind of walking behind him because I'm on 5 grams of mushrooms. Like, I'm not instigating anything. He's leading the way because, like, I didn't, like, I definitely, like, probably should have had a trip sitter and just, like, someone to take care of me the whole time because you'll see in a bit, like, I was incapable of doing anything for a while at certain points. So we're just walking, and he's just saying funny ass shit that's just making me crack up, like just dumb shit, just dumb shit that makes no sense. Like he's just pointing at random things on the beach and just like making just really dumbass like stoner comments about them, like trying to explain what they are because the one part of the beach was super clean and we keep on going and then not even far from it started to look very dirty again and it starts to get really dirty really fast again. So and he points it out, he's like pointing out how dirty and disgusting the water looks, like not even far from where we just were where it looked like super clean. So then everything I'm looking at, it's like whatever you feel or whatever you like whatever you feel or think on mushrooms just becomes amplified. So I just started thinking about like the dirtiness of the water, and then everything I'm looking at just started looking like very dirty everywhere I went, right? um so yeah, we're walking, right? And then we see some we see some people we see some people like out in front of us, and I start freaking out because I don't want to interact with anybody. So I was like trying to run away. I was like, there's people off in the distance with 2 dogs, and again he's just saying funny ass shit. He's like, yo, these dogs are gonna maul you and all this funny ass shit. And so I'm just cracking up at dumb stuff, looking around, looking at how dirty the sand and shit looks, right? And at this point, I also a lot of stuff. I also started getting very sad and annoyed at just pollution and just this small percent, this, what do people call them, the 1% or the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. I just started getting really fucking mad at them because also in the sky there's chemtrails everywhere now. They're just spraying out, fucking spraying, blocking the 5D sun or whatever the fuck those weirdo motherfuckers are doing. So then that theme starts coming in. I'm just starting to get really mad at the so-called Illuminati. I don't know what to call them. The faggot ass motherfuckers who want to oppress us and keep us in this little box and never have us know the full bloom and divinity of how great life is. Because there's a small amount of people that are just psychos, and for some reason that's their agenda, and I hate them, right? So that starts coming to me while I'm looking at how dirty things look, right? But anyways, more on that in a bit. Um, so that theme starts coming. And then we see these 2 people in the distance with 2 dogs, not on leashes or anything. So then some stuff started coming up. I don't know. I just don't like socializing. So I was like, yo, let's cut in like further into the marsh because there's the beach and then there's a whole marsh like all to the right of us that you can cut into. So I was like, let's cut. So these dogs start walking towards us, and I don't know who these people are, who the dogs are, until the dogs get right up to me, and I look, and it's people we know, right? It's like my friends that we know. So then again, like I just felt kind of stupid, and then brought me back to like the feeling of how God is just giving and giving. And I noticed that, especially in social situations, like I cut myself off from receiving for whatever kind of fears or what, I don't know, but I still didn't really want to see them, but it was just, I just felt kind of stupid because I was like, oh shit, it's just God giving us more things, and I just wasn't even there to receive them or whatever. So as our friends, we stop and talk to them for 2 seconds. Whatever. They move on, we keep going, right? So I'm gonna try to hurry this up. All right. So a bunch more things happen on the beach. I'm just thinking about stuff, and then insecurities start to kind of come into my mind because I just started feeling weird, and just a lot of insecurities started coming up. Like, and again, everything was getting amplified. So the mushrooms was like, so if I'd be like, like some thought like I'm not good enough, like I would get like you should kill yourself, and all of this very, 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 very insecure shit started coming in. So then at that point, I like kind of just felt like I was just like, fuck, I just want to go home, like insecurities, like voices in my head telling me I should kill myself, and bunch of stuff like that, just a bunch of negative stuff. So I did from my friend. I'm starting to feel all fucking insecure now. So I grab all my shit, grab my backpack and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, I just want to go. And then also at this point, I'm just like sighing, like, like he's like kind of mimicking me, like, what's going on? Meanwhile, I'm thinking about how much I fucking hate the Illuminati and how much I hate these people at the top that are poisoning the world with the chemtrails and all this shit. And I can't say nothing to them. I'm not just gonna bring it up. So I'm just like, nothing, man. Just fucking nothing. You know what I mean? I just want to go home. So, and then at the same time, as still all this stuff is happening with me, like thinking kind of negatively and insecure and about the Illuminati or whatever. I'm still giggling and laughing at shit in between because things are just still funny, right? Because I'm still on mushrooms. So collect our shit, we go, right? And again, he's just saying funny ass shit, because I was like a little kid. I was like a little fucking kid. Like I really wish like I had a shorty or something to just like hold my hand and take me, because when you're on mushrooms, people who take mushrooms, you're like a little kid. You can't do anything. And more on that in a sec when I finally get back to my room. So we just get in the car. He's saying funny things, and he's just saying shit like, because there's a bunch of people out. It's all sunny and shit. And we get back up on the dock. And again, I'm in this like Illuminati headspace. And all of a sudden, something in the sky just sears like, shoo! Like it sounded like a plane, like, or a bomb about to go off, or a bird. I don't know what it was, but it was mega loud. So then I'm in that headspace of like shit, like war is about to break out and like all this shit. So yeah, so that happened, and he's just saying funny shit, like, yeah, like, what do you know? Like people come out and stuff, just really funny, inconsequential, dumb shit that was making me laugh. So we finally get in the car, and then we go driving around. I'm enjoying the ride, and I'm just incredibly high at this point, and I'm also kind of drunk and also incredibly high. And I had also taken a Xan at this point because I was just a quarter Xan because I was just wanted to calm down a bit, whatever. So I am high as fuck. So then he drives me home, and we go. And we pull by my house, and I got my sisters and my whole family's just out in the front yard. So I'm like, holy fucking shit, no, just keep on driving. So we loop around once, whatever. Finally get back into my house, and I just like speed up to my room because there's a bunch of family over, and they're all trying to talk to me and stuff, and I'm just really short, quick answers. I'm just like, nope, not right now. Just please leave me alone, right? But they just keep calling me. But anyways, so I'll just explain this part. So now I'm sitting in this chair, right, and I'm looking around, and this shit was open. So the sun is out. The sun is out beautifully, and I am sitting in this chair, and I am incapable of doing anything. I had like a cup of tea, whatever that I really wanted to drink. I was like halfway between taking my clothes off, and I kept like you know when you're on enough shrooms, like you cannot do anything. I couldn't do anything. I was just sitting in this chair, but I was loving it. Now that I was back at my house, everything was hilarious and amazing, and I just sort of sat here and just said, "Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit," over and over and over again for literally like probably 3 hours. Like I wish I could relive that again. Um so yeah, all that stuff, all that negativity stuff with the Illuminati and insecurities came up, fucking voices in my head telling me to kill myself. And then I just get home and I'm chill, so now I'm just sitting here and just swiveling around and looking around and just having the fucking time of my life, just having an absolute blast, right? They're calling me, they're trying to get me to teach them how to skateboard or some shit, and I'm just like, no, 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 there's people over that I don't know. So yeah, that happens, and then I really wanted to go get more alcohol, but like I said, I wasn't capable of doing anything for like 3 or 4 hours once I got home, except for just sit here with like my clothes half off. Like I just couldn't do shit. I would be going to do something and then I would forget. Like it took me like 2 hours to do like a really simple task. But that whole part of the trip I fucking loved it. And yeah, so lessons learned from this trip. And then it petered out. I just chilled. Eventually, once I got up, I went and got more alcohol, drank more, ended up taking more acid and more mushrooms, and then I just passed out. So, and then I just slept all fucking day yesterday. So, fuck, I forgot one last part. When I was getting out of the car, when dude drove me home, when I was getting out of the car, I was so fucking high and drunk and shit and I had a gallon of water in my big ass heavy backpack and I was like falling out of the car and I was dropping mad shit when I was getting out of the car. Like I was like, oh my god, this is a nightmare. I was like, this is a problem. This is a problem. So scoop up all my shit and then I just finally get into my house, into my room, and then that's when things kind of just was a fucking blast and it was so fun that it just kind of went really fast. So there's that. Then got more alcohol, like I said, that was pretty much the trip. So things that I learned from this trip: we are loved. I felt really loved. Tripping alone, in my opinion, is better. Mushrooms is still my favorite drug of all time, even with the negative stuff. I love them so much. I fucking love mushrooms, and I can't wait to go deeper because that was a 5 gram trip. That was the strongest trip I ever took, and it was fucking awesome. I want to go even deeper. Take like 7 grams next time or something that I do it. Next time I have the money for it. I don't know, insecurities and things. And then I fucking hate the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, whatever name you give them. This small percentage of people, these chemtrail spraying, fucking just destabilizing. They just got nothing to do with nature and they hate the human spirit and I fucking hate them. And I fucking hate them. And that's not, hate is not bad. That's, Strandy used to say, it's a product of love. I love life so much. If you love life, you hate these people because they don't like you, they don't care about you, they don't care about nature. The intrinsicness, the supreme human spirit, they don't want it. They want to oppress and control it. These vaccine pushing motherfuckers, I fucking hate you. So then, that's pretty much it. I love mushrooms. Hopefully that was somewhat entertaining. Hopefully it was kind of funny too. Alright, peace, done.